Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is another day, another vlog. All right, so this morning, I'll fill you guys in because I did not vlog first thing because I had a laser appointment. I'm doing laser hair removal right now, which is like the best and the worst ever all at one go. It is genuinely not a particularly comfortable experience, but the results are so worth it. And anybody who does laser, I think, will attest to this, that it is like you're excited for your appointment because the results are good, but then you're like, it's so actually like painful when it comes down to it. So anyways, I go to a place near-ish to where my parents live, so it's very convenient. I'll like just stay here. Oh, that's why I will stay here. Oh my gosh, I will stay here the night before my appointment and then go, because it's a lot closer and a lot faster. And I had to be here anyways because tonight there is a party for a family friend. It is his 70th birthday and it is Apres ski themed, and to be honest, no idea what to wear. And knowing the people who are showing up or who are like probably invited, there is a good chance that there are people in like 80s retro ski wear, which is going to be fantastic, but I'm just not that committed to the bit, and I don't think we're gonna stay for that long. So we are, I don't know, I don't know what to wear, but I am excited for the opportunity to do my hair and makeup for a party. That's kind of where we're at right now. Anyways, I have to take some product shot right now. I forgot to do this in Toronto, which is very annoying, but I need to make my thumbnail for tomorrow's video, which is my collective January haul. So going to do that, and I need to fix this window. That was like this, it was like open. It's not supposed to be open at this time of year because it's like a double pane thing. So I'm gonna try and fix it. Might need to wait for my father to come home and help me. And normally I say I'm a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a man, but to be honest, with stuff around the house, especially this house because it's quite old, the house itself, I don't want to do something and break something. Anyways, let's get this done because, of course, the faster I get this done, the faster I can finish my tea, and I have to go drop something off at the office to my dad. And why am I so thong this morning? Like, oh my goodness, really on the struggle bus. But yeah, okay, let's get this done. shots are taken. And I was like, I was actually gonna wear one of these hats earlier today, but I totally forgot to pack it or like put it on, which was, again, I'm very sotong this morning. And if you're not sure what sotong is a, I want to say it's a Malay word. It means cuttlefish. So when you say you're sotong, you mean bleu, blur, or bleu, depending on how you want to pronounce blur, like sotong. So you got no brains like a cuttlefish. So the whole phrase is blur like sotong, but I just say sotong for speed, ease, and all that jazz. My hair is so greasy. I need to clean it. Well, I need to wash my hair and do all of that good stuff. Oh, again, so blur, so sotong, so blur like sotong. I'm having a morning. Okay, so then just kind of when I have to go drop some stuff off at the office, like I said, and then I was like for so long this morning since coming back, because my appointment legitimately took 15 minutes and it's like a 5-minute commute to the place, so it wasn't that bad. So I left at 8:55, my appointment was at 9. I was in and out by 9:15, which is insane, and then came back. So I was home at 9:20 in the morning. I'd already, of course, eaten breakfast, all that sort of stuff. Then I'm like hanging out with my mom, talking to her. We're talking about a bunch of things. One of the things with my mom is I have to negotiate some stuff always with her, which is, like, to be honest, a little frustrating, but it's just how she operates. She's very like, she's kind of like always in business mode. She's like very rarely not in business mode. That's a whole thing. But I was just like kind of negotiating with her my birthday present. It's my 30th birthday in 7 days. So I was like talking and this and that and whatnot. So I negotiated. And to be honest with you, when I negotiate with my mom, it's great because I can, one, it helps my negotiation skills, but like I can kind of, I don't know, I find a way to get like usually 90% of what I want. I don't think I can always get my way 100% of the time with my mom, but like she does understand my points usually after a while. But like it's I say it's a negotiation because it's definitely not a hey babe, what do you want for your birthday kind of situation. It's like, how about I give you this? And I'm like, are you sure that's what you want? You know? And it's not, I'm not grateful for what she has to offer. It's, I look at her and kind of say, that's not what you said, like XYZ, you know? So it's just like that. Anyways, I love my mom. This is one of my mom's quirks for sure. Negotiated, yeah. And then now I have to drop off a bunch of stuff at my dad's office because he is working today, which on a Saturday he should be chilling, but he's working. He forgot a bunch of things this morning on his way out, so that is that. And I have an exciting Project Pan update. This chapstick, okay? This is the Jack Black Moisture Therapy Balm. It is almost done. Like I am flattening this out. I don't even know if I can get too much more out of it. It's like that point, you know? I'm so stoked because I was obviously gonna finish this fairly quickly because it's like mostly done. But like I keep saying, the whole point of the Project Pan is not to like quickly use things up. It is to mindfully reduce my collection to what I really like by using up the products that I don't reach for. So like forcing myself to reach for things that I don't reach for. And this is something I obviously reach for, but it's been open for a really long time. So I put my two open ones of these in, knowing that they do take me a while to use up, but I use them most days. And that the other chapstick option that I have right now in the project pan is a very thin, very glossy one. So it doesn't actually leave my lips as a moisturized feeling. So at least if I have one or two of these in the pan at a time, then I end up with something at the minimum that I can use first thing in the morning and before I go to bed that is comfortable and great. But I really do recommend these. If you like a thick chapstick, these are really good. Like, cannot recommend these enough. Temptalia recommended it, I don't even know how many years ago, and since she recommended it and I started using them, can't get enough. They're really good. So what I've noticed, okay, this is a quick observation and I just want to like point it out because I think sometimes it needs to be pointed out. If you are not a man, okay, if you fit into any of the other categories, I would sometimes suggest looking into the men's section for things, and I know that this has been said and I definitely do this, but one, pink tax, okay, if you don't know what the pink tax is, I'll put a little, but two, there sometimes is a little bit of a gender bias where the men's products are better quality. That's not always the case. Sometimes the women's products are better quality, but there are categories where the men's products are better. Anyways, I am gonna go run my errands very quick, and I will be back. I don't know if I'm gonna shower or not before too long. I don't know. I'm so blurred. Okay, maybe I'll make matcha when I'm home. Oh, that's what I'll do. Okay, I have been attempting to make a homemade strawberry matcha latte by myself, but I can't get the matcha flavor right, you know? So we'll see. So I forgot to warm up my car. Well, I thought I was warming up my car. I was warming up my dad's car because they're in the same app to like preheat. And because I didn't warm my car up, one, it's freezing, but two, my car has regenerative braking, but the regenerative braking only works when the car is warm. And so driving the car, you're used to letting your foot off of the gas, and then all of a sudden it'll start to automatically apply the brakes. And with the car not warm, it doesn't apply the braking automatically, and it feels like driving my old car, but I always forget in this car what it feels like to not have the regenerative, because it's now weird because in my mind when I lift my foot off of the accelerator, I feel like I should automatically slow down, but I don't, and I keep sliding forward, and it's a very strange thing because I mentally know what is happening, but physically I'm so used to that immediate stopping that I'm like, what the heck is happening here? So that's what I get for not triple checking what car I'm warming up. So yeah, it's okay. It's a Saturday, the roads aren't too busy, and like obviously my manual braking still is totally a thing, but it's just like a funny little quirk about driving a car like this, and it's a quirk of like winter as well. And I don't necessarily think that the people who designed this car and like the engineers really thought through the extremes of temperature that happen in Toronto. So kind of chuckling to myself, and like of course I did it to myself, and I could have sat in the driveway for 5 minutes while my car like sort of came up to temperature, but I want to get this done and I want to go home. But yeah, that is what it is. Read your mind, think about your dumb face all the time. Okay, done dropping stuff off at my dad's office. Oh my gosh, there's this in my dad's, and that sounds like my dad's house, but no, it's my dad's office. Now I'm gonna head back to the house. Oh my gosh, this is like, I have to say, something about this time of year, even though I've only been back for a couple weeks now, and I have not really been going out a ton, something for sure that can be said about living in this part of the world is once you get a week or two, not even, but like a couple days of really, really cold weather, like sub -10, like in the -12, 15 region, once it goes back up to like -5, all of a sudden -5 seems way less cold, and like it's just like the contrast, right? But I'm walking around, and last week or 2 weeks ago when I first got back and it was like -5, I was freezing, I was frozen. I couldn't wear like what I'm wearing now, which is just a sweater and then my top. I had to wear like thermal and blah 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 blah. But then it dropped to -12 and then -17, and I was like, okay, that's actually cold. And then it went back up, and now I'm like, okay, this is not that cold. So it's just like that funny time of year where it ends up happening like that. And I don't know, I still think that fall in Canada is warmer than spring, well, where I live. And even though they're the same temperatures, fall for sure feels warmer. And I think there's more heat in like the lake, and there's more heat in the ground, and all of this, like there's more heat in the sun too. Because in the spring, I feel like I'm still really cold until May. And like even like late May it can be cold here. But yeah, I don't know. I am looking forward to spring though. Like my next laser appointment is March 8th. And I was thinking about this when I was counting it out, because my first one was in December, then this January, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like end of Feb, early March, right? Potentially. And she's like, oh yeah, March 8th, and I'm like, oh my god, like the next time I have to come here for this appointment, I don't have to wear my puffer jacket, probably. I can wear like a lighter coat. And then the next appointment after that will be shorts. And my next appointment is my halfway point. I have 6 sessions, and to be fair, that's probably all I'm gonna get done. Because I am, well, I don't know. I don't know my timing, but I don't think I'm gonna be here full time really very much going forward, 1. But 2, I don't know when it's gonna happen, right? But like, should I get engaged, okay? Should. If. Then I want to live full time with my boyfriend instead of part-time, so he'll be my fiance at that point. Anyway, so like we have to figure out how to make that happen, and I think the best place to do that is in New York, but we don't know. So because that means I end up moving, right? If I move, then I'm not going to be here as much, and like I can fly back every 6 weeks for an appointment, but it's a bit excessive, and I don't know what my schedule is going to look like. I mean, blah 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 blah. So I think I'm going to do like 6 and then see what goes on in my life. Because I've also been talking about moving for so long, and we're getting to the point where it's actually more real. And I think there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, how are you gonna move and all that sort of stuff, and I'll talk about how I'm gonna move once I do the move. I don't think I'm gonna do it before, because I want to make sure that the process works. You know, and I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm going to just save that and sit on that. I'm very superstitious, and like I really don't like to talk about like my future plans. The only thing I've really talked about is this like move, right? Because the other side of me, I don't like to talk about my future plans, but I like to talk about like things to make it real. And so with this move, because it's such a big change, I'm like, I have to talk about it, because I have to get myself like mentally used to the idea that I'm moving. And it's very dumb that I have to do this, and it's not really because I'm not excited to move and all this sort of stuff. I just haven't moved and like left, you know, my environment for so long. And to be fair, like I left for university and then I came back, and I live in the same town part-time. Wow, I'm going too fast. I live in the same town that I grew up in part-time. I live in Toronto the other part of the time, which is not like, it wasn't a very big change, because you go to the city all the time where I'm from. A lot of people go to the city all the time. All the nightlife for people like from 19 up, most of it is in the city. So if you want to go out, if you want to go to bars, if you want to go clubbing, all that, it's in the city. So we've been doing that. And then pretty much everybody, I say pretty much, there are exceptions, but like let's say a good majority of my high school and a good majority of my university moved to Toronto when we all graduated from university. So then in terms of like social scenes and everything, I know a ton of people because of school, because I grew up in this area. Not to mention there are all of like your friends of friends and everybody who you know socially, blah blah blah. So it's not like moving to Toronto was like a crazy change. I don't know if there's like an equivalent. Probably, like if you're from like a big city, but you're from the suburbs of the city, or like a commuter town around the city, and then you stay in that area, like there is a point in time where everybody moves for the most part into downtown and then potentially back out, right? So that's what happened to me. And New York is like my first big step away from this norm that I had. And like, I'm excited. I'm very excited, because I was always the kid in high school and stuff that would take any opportunity possible to travel, to go on conferences, to go on this. I actually didn't end up going on exchange though, which was wild in my mind. I feel like I should have done that, but I also spent a lot of time away from school doing other things. But I was always that kid that was like, I'm going on this, I'm doing this, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going for summer here, I'm doing this there, and all of this sort of stuff. So I just need to get back to that mentality that I had. And this year I do really want to like see more of the world. I did 30 countries before 30, which is cool, super cool. I thought I would get 40 countries before 30. I didn't do that. So 30 countries before 30, done. Now it's 40 countries before 40. I didn't tell you guys about this, but in the Vancouver airport on our flight back, we ran into a couple, and they actually had sat next to me in the, oh my god, my brain. In the section of the airplane that I sat at. They were across the aisle, but same row as me. And they have been to 105 countries. And they are currently making a book with all of their photography and all of their travels and stuff. I should have gotten their names, to be honest. I think my dad did, but they have been so many places, and they go for like months at a time, and the husband is a massage therapist on one of the expedition boats that goes up into like the north, like the most northern part of my country, like through like the Arctic and that sort of stuff, which is insane. And like such an interesting life and career and stuff, but they've been to 105 countries, and they were talking about everywhere they've been, the coolest places and all that sort of stuff. And I've been to some like non-traditional places for a North American traveler. I've been to like the Faroe Islands, and I've been to Zambia and Botswana, and that actually, those are like probably the most non-traditional places I've been to. I say non-traditional because like obviously from here, most people that I know, I'm going to also classify like non-traditional for the people that I know. Most people that I know go to Europe, and maybe like the kids my age, some people have done like a backpacking trip maybe through Southeast Asia. But like usually people will like backpack Europe and like travel to Europe and that sort of stuff, and that's kind of like it. There are definitely people who do more adventurous traveling, more like off the social norm traveling, I'll say, for here. Not that there's like a strict social norm, but you guys know what I mean. Like I feel like there are places that everybody goes to. Italy, France, England, blah blah blah, you know? And then sure, like sometimes people will say, I'm going to Asia, I'm going to Japan, I'm going to Korea, that sort of stuff. And then like if somebody's backpacking, they'll say, oh, I'm backpacking around Southeast Asia, or they'll be like, oh, I went to Bali on my honeymoon, etc. So other places are a little bit less traversed. Oh god, I forgot my point, never mind. Okay, so met this couple, super cool and all this sort of stuff. And I have been to some cool places in the world. Like Cambodia was super interesting. The Faroe Islands, again, super interesting. Turkey, super interesting, super different. And I say different because one, the cultures are truly so different from where I'm from. Even Cambodia to Singapore, like Singapore is a different world than the rest of Southeast Asia, to be honest with you. It is so unique in the region for what it is, because okay, like if you say like, okay, well KL and Singapore are comparable, sure, not that I've been to KL to actually say so, but like I will say like big city to big city, comparable potentially, but Singapore's a country. And you have to factor into the fact that it is a country with like no natural resources, very minimal land, all of this sort of stuff, right? And it's become this like super modern, developed, right, by a Western sense, even actually surpassed Western ideas of development and all that sort of stuff. So it's totally an outlier in the region. Like Cambodia, very, very different from Singapore, especially where I was in Siem Reap, which is where Angkor Wat is, and all of those temples, and also there was some of the killing fields. Effectively, there was a genocide in Cambodia, and some of the areas where some stuff happened are near Siem Reap. There are obviously sites across the entire country, but there was some stuff there. So just a very different experience. And because of the genocide in Cambodia, there was a lot of lost development time, and the society in general is still recovering. It takes a long time to recover, especially because the people that were targeted, interestingly enough, a lot of people, from what I understand of what I learned and what I was exposed to, it was a lot of the like educated elites, that kind of class, which was interesting. So a lot of I don't know how to put it, but like a lot of people who I guess would have questioned the regime at the time were like silenced. And it, like, when you do that, when you shut down discourse, when you shut down critical thinking, when you shut down these things, when you shut down academics and all that, like, it really does hurt society long term, and it takes a while to recover from that, especially when something like that happens and people are fearful to take that path again. So that it's just so different in that regard. And then like Langkawi, again, very beautiful, but again, just in a different place developmentally than Singapore. So I have been to some really cool places, but like I think these guys take the cake. But like I was just thinking, you know what, like I want to see more, I want to do more, and I would, you know, like I want to do more, I guess, like off the beaten track traveling. And what I say is, like, Europe is beautiful and Europe is great, but there's so much more to the world, and I think there's a lot of people who get not stuck, but focused on, you know, one sort of place in one sort of region, and that's totally fine, that's totally fair. I just like have found myself thinking about it in like, especially after going to Langkawi, there is just so much to see in the world. There are so many places, and with potentially moving back to Asia, there are a lot of things here in the Americas especially that I haven't done, haven't seen, that I would really like to see. And I think I need to stop focusing on like personally I need to, well, I would love to go to Europe again, and I might go to Europe again this summer, but like I think I really should say like, oh, like maybe let's go to Brazil, let's go to Argentina, let's go to Chile, let's go to Peru, let's go to all of these places, because one, it's easy to get to from here, it's straight shot down, but once we move to Asia, right, if we move to Asia, it's gonna be even farther away, and I need to just like completely, I need to like get this out of my system. I don't see how this is relevant to you guys, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying about travel and like wanting to see more, and get my thought about like seeing stuff here while I'm here and before I move there. But anyways, I'm back home. I'm gonna jump inside because I'm rambling. I'm gonna make this strawberry matcha latte, and I'm gonna make it good. Okay, I'm gonna make it so good. I don't know if I'm gonna make it good or not, guys, because I'm really struggling with it, but okay, let's try.
The sweetness from the strawberries perfectly balances the earthy matcha. It's so delicious.
All right, let's try this. This kitchen is not my parents' place, right? Love their house, but wow. I'm gonna use a blender because I don't have a hand whisk of any kind here, so bear with me. I did see somebody in San Francisco do this, so boiled water to like matcha temperature, and I don't know, I feel like last time there was too much. Okay, let's try that. Now the recipe I just watched said a teaspoon of this. very awkward angle. That seemed to work. Oh no, it did not work. I have so many grainy bits. This is why I need stuff. This is definitely why you don't do it in a blender. I'm gonna add a little bit of milk to this because I need to get it off the sides. Blend you again. Okay, that worked a lot better. So I just need more liquid. So I added a bit of milk and that worked out super well. So now what I'm gonna do, this is still dirty. Instead of ice cubes, I'm gonna use frozen strawberries. And for added strawberry, I have some jam. And before you comment and say, oh my god, that's so American, I'm not American, I'm Canadian, but I do love Costco size bon maman. So this is gonna also act as sweetener. And I have not made this recipe before, so we are playing around with all of the quantities. Now add some milk. Okay, moment of truth. I didn't stir it yet. Yes, that is good. That worked out. Maybe the matcha's a bit too strong, we'll see. But if you're doing this yourself and you don't want to use ice, making like the little strawberry smoothie thing, pretty good. Now running behind for this party. It's 3:05. We want to go around 4, and I have to do my hair and makeup. So it's a lot of probably just like speed through. So like I said, I think I said this. The theme for tonight is Apres ski. And I'm going for like Pinterest, Instagram vibes. Cause yeah, it's a party. I just did this Dr. Dennis Gross Universal Daily Peel because I did I did the aloe hydrating mask in the shower, but my skin still feels like it got a bit of texture, and I just want to have a good base for tonight's makeup. So this is the second step, neutralizer, and then I'm gonna tone, serum, moisturize, and brush my teeth, and then get onto the hair.
feel good. Gonna make you mine, baby. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. You 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내 앞에. No matter the distance, I still want you. All I do is think about the night we sit at the sunrise talking nonsense, seeing how you pick the stars for me. Baby, if you mean it, let me see. You make me feel good. Gonna make you mine, baby. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. You 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내 앞에. Doesn't matter what they say or do. It's you. It's you. It's you. You make me feel good. Gonna make you mine, baby. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. You 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내 앞에. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. You 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내 앞에.
I like this one underneath because it's like Fair Isle.
This one?
No, the one you're
Oh,
wearing
this one,
underneath.
yeah. It's from Vancouver too, so you know.
Okay, took my curls out. They are big right now. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil, and because it's a special occasion, I'm gonna break out my Kerastase oil that I really like and not opt to use up my, what do you call it? Oh gosh. American oil. So first, this makes my curls drop like immediately. Okay. So first step, oil. I love how my hair looks right when it first comes out of the pin curls, but that's never the like long-term effect. Okay, so step one, get the hair out. I'm gonna put a headband in, so like this is gonna all be pulled back, so this is less important up here. This looks nice though. It's a bit too much, but it looks nice. Curls. Curls are gonna get a little bit of texture. It's gonna be super. Okay, so my voice is kind of gone right now. I just got home from the party. It was so much fun. I did not take a single outfit photo, but that's okay. I wore like a black headband. Did I take a video? Let's see. I don't think I did. I should have. But no. I wore like a black headband, like here, and then like a Lulu Define jacket and white crew neck and like chunky Uggs and stuff and a fur jacket. And I was like, my inspo is like Russian model on a ski holiday in Stad. Cause like I feel like Slavic girls in the winter dress the best, but like their ski fits are so good, like so good. So that was the inspo, that was the vibe. It was such a good time. I am friends with like the birthday man's son and like his son's friends. So it was so much fun hanging out with them. I don't see them very often because I am so shitty at making plans with people, and 2025 I need to make more plans with people. So I need to just like get on that. But I wanted to say, you guys saw me using the day this. Okay, look at my hair. It is not as curly as it was when I like showed you guys the end result, but I wanted it to end up falling into a blowout type situation, which I really feel like this has. And I know I'm not really a side part girl anymore, but I think this looks pretty good. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like this looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. Anyways, enough on how happy I am with my hair. The party was so much fun. Seeing so many people, and like I also feel like bonding with, because some of the people who I'm friends with at the party, also one of the reasons we don't see each other is because they're quite older. We're like family friends, so everybody's in like slightly different stages of their lives right now. But with everybody, well, with most of us either being engaged, married, or in serious long-term relationships, I feel like we're all starting to like plateau back into similar kind of vibes, especially with like the bigger age gaps. There was a long time where like we were all everywhere, but now kind of how it turned out, like one of the guys is engaged to, she's a year younger. Yeah, like so one of the guys, his fiance is I think a year younger than I am, and then some of our other friends who have been married for a while, but they are still in their dink life, are like, you know, still doing that and stuff like that. So like everybody's kind of like, I guess there was like a couple that got married really early, and now everybody else is like slowly catching up. But because everybody's partners and stuff are in different stages, we're somehow all kind of ending up in a similar stage right now. That makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. I'm quite tired, but yeah. So everybody's like, we've always had a lot to talk about, but I think there's so much more now to talk about with like wedding planning, weddings, engagements, like, you know, advice on moving like relationships from one phase to another, what worked, what didn't work, advice, you know, things like that. Like there's just a little bit more to talk about now on top of everything else. So it's nice. And again, like it feels like we are sort of all getting to a very similar stage in terms of like the marriage kid thing. I don't know. For a while it felt like we were all really far apart. part, so I don't know how to explain it. It's nice. But yeah, that was good. And then I don't know, just really had a good time. Oh, I do have lots of footage. We made like a charcuterie board on a ski, which is really cool. So I will insert a photo of that and show you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take off my makeup and get cozy. I was watching Mission Impossible earlier, so I think I'm gonna finish that and then head to sleep. I am so into spy stuff recently. Like, I legitimately just binged The Night Agent in like 2 days. It was so good. That is my bedtime reminder. I'm obsessed with spy stuff. So Mission Impossible, it sounds right up my alley right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take you guys through my nighttime skincare routine today. I got a lot of makeup on and I just need to get it off, but I'm just rambling. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys maybe tomorrow.